Welcome to Tech News Today, a podcast about keeping you informed and empowered by giving you the latest tech stories that impact your daily life. It's Thursday, September 6th, and I'm Spike Spangle. Coming up in a bit is your home Wi-Fi at risk of being hacked, plus a fake check scam that's exploding. Also, find out how Chrome is celebrating its 10th anniversary. And finally, police confiscate a white powder that wasn't what it seemed. All that and more in Tech News Today from Commando.com. We start with a scary warning about your home Wi-Fi network, and some doubts, too. A researcher with a company called SureCloud says two popular browsers, Google Chrome and Opera, are wide open to attacks on unencrypted connections. Elliot Thompson with SureCloud says millions of home networks can be attacked, with snoopers able to access information on your computer and to plant malware. He told Newsweek that hackers would also be able to access devices like thermostats, webcams, and speakers, anything connected to the network. Thompson does admit that there would have to be special circumstances for this attack to happen. First, the crook would have to be within Wi-Fi range of the router. Next, the attacked device would have to have the router's login credentials saved on the Chrome or Opera browser. The attack also needs the victim to click a pop-up that looks like the router's admin menu. So it sounds unlikely that all of those things would happen together. That's what another cybersecurity expert, Robert Pritchard, told Newsweek. He says that the majority of Wi-Fi networks are encrypted nowadays, so this attack isn't as likely. Plus, everything else would have to happen just so. No matter if it's likely or not, there are a few quick things you can do to protect yourself. First, clear your browser's saved passwords. Use a password manager instead. Next, delete open networks on your device. And last, don't allow automatic reconnection to networks. Sure, it's a hassle, but it's more secure. Another warning today, and this one might have a bigger impact on people. A report from the Better Business Bureau says billions of dollars in fake checks are circulating, and that tens of thousands of people get victimized every single year. It's being called an exploding epidemic. The way that it works is, you get a fake check, you're asked to deposit it, and then send part of that money back to the scammer. When the bank finds out it's fake, you're on the hook for all of the withdrawn money. One college student from Oakland, Arian Jacobs, explains what happened to her.
They were offering me money to have me represent PepsiCo.
Jacobs received a $5,000 check and was asked to send back $3,500 to cover the installation of the wrap on her car. When the deposit didn't clear, she owed the bank $3,500. Last year, victims lost nearly $40 million, and the Postal Service seized $62 billion in fake checks. The Better Business Bureau says there may be 500,000 victims every single year. They warn that regular checks, cashier's checks, and money orders can all be forged. Here's something to remember. According to Steve Baker, an investigator with the Better Business Bureau, if you get a check from somebody that's not a family member or from somebody in person, or a check that's not payroll, wait 2 weeks to make sure the check clears and it isn't fake. Only then should you draw money from it. We have more tech news ahead, but now a quick thank you to our amazing partners at Dell.
As a business owner, I rely on Dell's Small Business Technology Advisors. I'm Kim Commando. Now, you and I both know there's nothing small about our businesses. Our reputation is always on the line, and that's where the Dell Small Business Technology Advisors come in. Reliable Dell PCs with Intel Core processors are rock solid. That means you can focus on getting business done. Call 877-BUY-DELL. That's 1-877-BUY-DELL.
Nest has a new upgrade to its thermostat, but is it worth it? Not according to Verge. The new device is actually part of your Nest system, made to monitor the temperature of different rooms. You know how the air conditioner or heater works in your house? There's always that one room that's too cold or too warm, and messing with the thermostat will only make all the other rooms more uncomfortable. Nest's new temperature sensor, about the size of a hockey puck, is supposed to help the thermostat balance temperatures. It's Nest's attempt to catch up to the competitor, Ecobee, which has had wireless remote sensors for years. But Nest's comes up short. It's simple enough. Pull the tab and it activates, and it starts sending information via Bluetooth to the Nest thermostat system. Set it on a shelf or mount it on a wall, it starts monitoring that room you need to balance. But it has limits. If you want to monitor by time, you're limited to 4 blocks of time throughout the day. It also can't tell when somebody steps into a room, so it can't do its work. It's based on a single reading at a time instead of averaging the readings throughout the day. It also doesn't monitor humidity or air quality, which can vary quite a bit around the house. The Nest temperature sensor is nice, but it feels like the bare minimum. Samsung is trying to take some of Apple's spotlight, announcing that it will unveil a foldable smartphone this year. As Apple is ramping up to announce all sorts of new gadgets on September 12th, Samsung has stepped in and said its folding phone will be unveiled soon, probably in November. Consumer surveys say there is a market for a foldable phone, and the CEO of Samsung's mobile division told CNBC that, quote, "It's time to deliver." DJ Ko says Samsung is trying to make the folding phone experience different from a tablet, but he wouldn't go into details. Now, this is more than just a flip phone that opens the other direction like a wallet. The screen is likely to fold too, and the exterior of the device will probably have a small bar displaying information. Samsung has been working on the technology for years, experimenting with bendable OLED displays and unveiling a prototype in 2012. More details are expected at the Samsung Developer Conference in San Francisco in November. Ko wouldn't say when the phone itself, though, would be available. Speaking of the Apple event, be sure to join us at Commando.com as we live blog the unveiling with analysis and commentary. The event starts at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern on September 12th. Chrome has just turned 10 years old. Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, happy birthday, here's a birthday wish for you.
The browser that everybody seems to love is celebrating with a redesign. It's hard to remember that Chrome was ever an underdog. But when it appeared in 2008, Internet Explorer was the big dog in browsers. Now, IE is gone and Chrome is the top dog. Well, Chrome looks different now if you download the new version. All the sharp edges and angles are gone, replaced with round bubbles and pastels. What does it look like? Well, more like the other products from its parent company, Google. It's not just better looking, it works better too. One new feature is the revamped search bar. Now it's called Omnibox, and it will answer questions directly instead of waiting to open up a search page. These are called rich results, which is information that can be answered quickly, like what's the weather, what's the latest sports scores, and can it do math calculations? Google says it'll soon let you search for files in your Google Drive from the search bar too. It will also let you access your shortcuts more easily and edit them without having to use a shortcut toolbar. Chrome will also help with passwords, both with remembering them and creating stronger ones. When you create a new online account, Chrome will automatically generate a strong password and will save it for you. There are more interesting updates rolled into the new Chrome. To get the latest version, go to google.com/Chrome and download the new browser. If you've ever done some serious shopping on eBay, you know you can get anything from people's leftover junk to high-end luxury goods. Last year, eBay unveiled its own authentication program for luxury goods. So you would know you were getting the real high-end bags and wallets, not some knockoffs and forgeries. Now, eBay is adding a luxury watches for sale through its authenticated program. Right now, there are 7,000 watches for sale from brands like Rolex, Patek Philippe, Omega, and more. The watches run from $500 to more than $5,000. I mean, can you imagine? The site will also feature authenticated vintage and pre-owned watches. eBay is using third-party experts to verify the watches. The authenticators will list, sell, and ship the watches themselves, taking a 20% cut. Now, that sounds like a lot, but that's pretty competitive in the luxury watch market. eBay has been selling watches from the beginning. The site says they sell a watch every 5 seconds. Now, you can be sure that Rolex is the real deal. Speaking of fashion, Amazon is adding a big retailer to its site to take advantage of the trillion-dollar online fashion market. Amazon and J.Crew have joined up to sell items from J.Crew Mercantile on Amazon's site. J.Crew Mercantile is the label's discount line, but that's a relative term. Amazon says the items will cost under $300, which is pretty good for a company like J.Crew, but that's still more than a lot of fashion retailers. Of course, you're paying for the name. The new store on Amazon has stocked its virtual shelves with a selection from J.Crew Fall 2018 collection. The site will offer free 2-day shipping for Prime members, of course, and J.Crew's Amazon site is a throwback to its roots when it started as a catalog-based business, long before it opened stores in shopping centers or malls. Now in partnership, Amazon is expected to grow its market share of fashion from 5% in 2015 to around 14% by 2020. This is just the latest virtual store to open up in Amazon. A lot of brands and businesses are running to Amazon now because of its amazing reach and built-in audience. Nike, for one, used to avoid Amazon, but now it's selling shoes and more there, along with Calvin Klein and many other brands. To start shopping at J.Crew Mercantile, go to amazon.com/jcrew. By the way, once you're done listening to our podcast, please do us a favor and give us a good rating on wherever you're listening to us. Write a few nice words so others can find our podcast more easily. We'd really appreciate it. Finally, for today's Commando Kicker. Cops thought they had a big drug bust on their hands, but they just got some sticky goodness instead. Police in Wilmington, North Carolina were making an arrest at a house during a drug raid. They found heroin and marijuana and 13 pounds of a white powder. They thought they had stumbled onto a fentanyl bonanza, worth about $2 million on the open market. Field tests seemed to confirm the big haul, but after the powder was taken to the police lab, the truth came out. It was a big pile of sugar. The fentanyl charge against the trio was dropped, but that pesky heroin charge was not. For more fun and interesting facts, go to commando.com and search for Commando Kicker. That's our tech news today from commando.com, and special thanks to our partners at SimpliSafe.
Here's some exciting news. As a company, SimpliSafe is now valued at $1 billion. Not only that, more than 2 million homes are now protected with an incredible SimpliSafe system. SimpliSafe is comprehensive protection for your home with round-the-clock professional monitoring that will bring the police anytime there's even the slightest hint of a problem. And SimpliSafe is built for the unexpected. It's loaded with safeguards that keep your system working even during the power and Wi-Fi outages. Even if a burglar smashes your keypad, the police will still be on their way. And the system is so easy to use. It's incredibly intuitive. It takes only minutes to set up in your home. Order your SimpliSafe system now. As a listener of the Kim Commando Show, you get free shipping and free returns. Visit simplysafekim.com. simplysafekim.com to protect your home with SimpliSafe today. That's simplysafekim.com.